right. Hey guys, welcome to
Sisgetagrip.
We are back. Thank you always for your continued support.
Whoa? I learned how to do that. Oh, Kirsten showed me. Wait. Never mind. Yes! Okay. She said throw, catch, and then bring it down. I just told you what way.
I don't know what I was doing, but we are going to do a recap of the quarantine episodes with the husbands. This was the episode that we had originally planned, but in light of everything that was happening, that is still happening, we wanted to just take a moment to decompress with you guys, and that's what we did in the past episode, video experience. So thank you guys for that. We're gonna jump right into a recap of the episodes with the husbands, who I must say, okay, do you agree with me that they were divas?
Yes, they were. They were like, okay, prime time. It's time for, and they didn't even want to do it to begin with.
That's the funny part.
We had to do a lot of convincing.
Didn't
you have to do a lot of convincing? A lot of convincing. Okay. Convincing. And then when they finally came, they were just like, okay.
I don't think if you guys noticed, like in one video, like the picture, it was me with a straight wig, and then in the actual video, it was me with the natural hair, because the husband wanted to do the first video over.
Yeah.
That's how much.
We did ours over too. Like, remember?
We love you guys though. We want you to come back, but
yeah,
for now, this is gonna stay.
I don't think I can deal with such divas.
If we love them though, but they were like extra.
Oh, they really were. More extra than we. We kind of just like get dressed, do our makeup, and then we just come. But they're just kind of like, okay, no, this up a little, down a little. Like what?
Yes, and the husband has gotten into like giving himself haircuts, which he's really good at. I applaud it because we could save money. But homie wanted to give himself a haircut like right before we shot.
Oh my gosh.
Just like, I know you want to look good, I get it. But literally, I sat in my chair and he's like, I don't like this.
Oh my gosh.
Just like, great. But yes, we're going to do a recap.
He just took all that off and he just called it a day.
Yes. How was your video experience? What were the moments that took you by surprise?
So the moment that actually took me by surprise was when he said that the moment that he knew he loved me was the breakup. The moment that I knew that I loved him was the breakup. And for me, I think that was such a eye-opening experience because in that moment when he broke up with me, like I said, it sounds like it was just like, okay, and then I was just done, but it was a very, very dark time for me where I was like super sad. It was just like very dark. But I wish I knew that he was feeling something for me or even loved me, like he said now, because then I would have like been hurting less. I kind of like, it's kind of upsetting to like know that that's the moment that he knew he loved me. But I think
I have a question.
Shoot.
And it just popped in my head. So let's say he did tell you that he loved you in that moment, do you think that you guys would be where you are now if you got back into the relationship quicker, like sooner than later? Maybe
probably not.
You may never know because it's like
I may never know, but I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know, but I think that guess it's the upset, crying girl in me who's just kind of like, I wish I knew you loved me, then I wouldn't be so sad, because I just literally I had to like get over the fact that I thought he was over me, he was done with me, he didn't love me, and only to find out that was the moment that he knew. Who would have thought? But I say that to say that I think that we go through so much like down times in our lives where we just don't see a way out, but you don't know what the next person is thinking, and you don't know you don't know what tomorrow's gonna look like. So yes, you have the right to dwell in your misery, but don't stay there for long. Like get out of it and like aspire for better, because better will come. You just have to be like ready to receive that.
Better will definitely come. So it's funny you say that was a moment that took you by surprise, because when I actually watched your episode I was just like, oh wow, that's very interesting, because I think for a lot of people, a breakup is like a time of like sadness, depression, like I want to be alone. And I think you said like you went through those stages, but it made me, when you both said that, like, oh, I realized like I love that person, it also made me look at things from another perspective, where it's like, you know, sometimes a breakup can be the start of something new. Like sometimes relationships do need a breakup because all the extraness is just extra. Like you just need to let it go. And like, sorry, go ahead.
No. I was about to sing let it go. I caught myself.
Like you just need to let it go, and sometimes it's either the beginning of something new with that same person, like a different chapter, or not even a chapter, because sometimes some books get boring when you're reading within a chapter.
It just needs to be closed.
It just needs to be closed and start a whole new book. And I think that was really powerful, because like some people go through breakups thinking it's the end. Where I think what I took away from your episode was that like it's the beginning. Whether it's the beginning of something new with someone, or the beginning of something new with the same person you just broke up with. Like I thought that was really powerful, because I was just like, who would have thought that two people were not together, breaking up, living their separate lives, but learning through the process that like, wow, I really love this person. I was just like, oh, that's so good. Love story.
That is a love story. But I wish I still knew, because then I would have been better. Like, yeah, he still like me, but I was like, he hates me. He don't
but
love
now you're
me.
married.
I know, now I'm married. Hello. Then stop.
Oh man,
what about you? What was
a moment that took me by surprise, that kind of like made me hold my stomach in like really tight, was when the husband was like, oh, I took the relationship as a joke. Yeah,
No, I was watching that go, but I know how your husband is, so you explain.
Yes, so anyone who knows him knows that he's a man of his words. A lot of people usually think like the words he say is not what he means, but if he says, I don't know, I just want people to know the words that come out of his mouth is what he means. So when he said that, obviously while we were filming, I couldn't be like, oh, I need you to explain that right now. Like, no. But me being me, I of course like asked after we finished filming. He explained more, which I appreciated, which is also like a lesson learned, that like there's always room for communication, even when you're married, about past things, if you choose to dwell on it. But when he said he took it as a joke, I was just like, oh wow, you know, here am I, high school gifty, college gifty, grad school gifty, after grad school gifty, like putting my all into this relationship, and homie's giving me 40%. Back then, I didn't know that one. So that also took me by surprise, that he wasn't putting his all in, but it made sense as to why we had so many problems. Because if I'm giving 100% and if he was giving 40%, you know, that 60% difference is hurt.
That you could feel it.
Yeah, that's hurt. And like when he said that, it made me really think like, wow. I can't knock him, because he was just upfront, like, we're not married, and that's something he's always been upfront with me before we got married. He's just like, I can't give you my all until we're married. And he will always say, perfect example, he's a man of his words, he knows exactly what he means, even if it sounds crazy. He's like, I would never forget, he's like, the day we get married, trust me and believe me when I say I will be a different man. I was like, nah, I need you to show me that now, blah, blah, blah. He didn't. And that was where a lot of our disputes and arguments came from. I kid you not, July 21st, 2018.
Oh,
right?
I remember your anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Me too.
Like, I saw a different person out of my husband. And that's why he began to give me 110%. To the point where I'm just like, bro, calm down.
And bring it back down.
Yeah, because like, he just didn't want to be committed to something that wasn't a forever thing. And at that moment, we didn't know if it was going to be a forever thing. And to get that realization from a male perspective, that was really deep. Obviously, we're married now, so it's not as deep as I would have liked it.
Sure did.
It's not as deep as I would have liked it. But I say this for all the singles, whether you're male or female, you know, take that time, like take your dating time, take your courting time to get to know yourself more. I always say you can't love someone fully until you love yourself.
That's fine.
You can't give someone 100% until you could give yourself 100%.
That's true.
And when he said it was, when he made that comment in the video episode, I was just like, oh wow, like I get it. I get it. A lot of our like disputes, our arguments, my issues with trust, like it stem from that.
Right.
If someone's not giving you their all, like these are things that happen. And like I said, we're married now, but it was good for me to get that clarification and get more understanding, but also for the male perspective, because I think as women, we're natural givers and we always give 100% of who we are.
Definitely.
And we're committed like hardcore to everything and anything we do. But I think we also need to learn to scale back.
Yes.
Because there are guys out there like my husband, and they don't have a malicious intent in what they're doing. It's just like, they're not gonna give their all, and I don't think
because they're not committed to you. Just imagine if, because guys are a little bit more hard-headed. I think with women we're more like, oh, I just can't wait till I get married, and we're like planning our wedding. I don't know a guy that was like, oh, I was planning the day I'm gonna get married.
I haven't met one.
Me too. And like, we are just so like into it. So like very early in the relationship, I think a lot of like women, or like single women, will start like playing wifey material, and I've fallen victim to that, where I will just be like, you know, like I'm preparing to be his wife, so I need to like be doing like wifely duties, i.e. grocery shopping. I mean, the list goes on. I don't know what it is that women do, or like what you have done personally, but if you're dating a guy or in the dating stages or just seeing the guy, the goal may be to get married, but like she had mentioned, a guy may not necessarily give you their all unless they're in the marriage with you or commitment with you. So use that time. We're not saying don't like do nice stuff. Let it show through your character, your personality. Let it show.
Let it show through your character.
Let it show, but don't go out of your way. Don't come off a limb, because like if this guy that you've been with for like 6 years turns around and say, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore, you're gonna lose your mind, because that's 6 years that you weren't working on yourself. That's 6 years that you wasted catering to somebody else who was giving you 40%, and here you are giving 110, because I think women, we're like that by nature. We want to be like, you know, we want to prove ourselves. It's like this constant audition when it comes to guys, where we're like, you know, we have to put our best foot forward. But like, have you taken a moment to just even take care of yourself?
Yes.
What are some of the things? Learn about you. What are some things you like? What are some things you don't like? Because I guarantee you, even in the relationship, like after you get married, they're counting on that strong personality that you have built. Because like there's gonna be a time where they're gonna be in their low point, and they're gonna rely on you knowing you to carry the relationship through. Okay. So just, we're not saying like this is a time to like start like, you know, asking your relationships, or like just start giving like you don't need to do all that. You just be true, be kind, be caring, be yourself, but don't do the most. Like,
don't be a wife to a boyfriend.
Yes. Ooh, amen. And there it is. Like,
and
Sisgetagrip chapter 3 verse 2. Don't be a wife to a boyfriend.
That's just it. Because, and like I said, like I don't think guys do this with the intention of hurting women, I don't think they do with the intention of hurting women, but I think they just do with the intention of like, I'm gonna live my best life. And the irony in all of this is, the husband is into this thing where he's been watching all these people that do their Instagram lives like in the evening, and I was just going to bed, like give him a kiss, go to bed, and I overheard one of the people saying that, you know, first of all, y'all men are very funny.
And my moves spooky.
Like, I heard one of the men on the Instagram live say that, you know, they never will marry the girl who has her tits shown out or her ass cheek shown out, but that's the girl they'll go for if that's just gonna be a situationship.
Gotcha.
And I was just like, wow, like, not all guys. You know, this was just someone on Instagram. Like, I don't know who the person was because I'll just give my husband a kiss to go to sleep. And that's just what I heard. And I kept going. But it made me also realize that I know some people are going to have an issue with this. And I'm saying it just as a gifty item and nobody else.
Not experts.
Not an expert. I am a firm believer in carrying yourself in the way you want to be treated. From the moment, like, when I heard that comment, it made me realize that, like, there's so many young girls out there aspiring to be like these Nicki Minaj's and Meg Thee Stallion. That's her name, right?
Yeah, but I do want her niece though. I could use her niece.
What is the thing with her niece?
She could like bend. She could be like in seated position and like twerk.
She got good knees.
She got amazing knees.
But see, that's the thing. So, okay, I feel like all these people are aspiring, all these young women at least, and maybe older women as well, are aspiring to be like what they see on TV.
Right.
And I say TV in the sense that, like, the cutout outfits, the
you say something about my jeans?
No, because my jeans got holes in it too. But I'm talking about, like, you know, the shorts of the short shorts, the tit out, like those things. And please live your best life as whatever you choose to be. But I also think when I heard that comment coming from a male, I was just like, oh wow, because in the club, these are the girls that the guys are going for. But for marriage life, these are not the guys the girls are going for.
Wow. A message.
And I was just like,
okay.
Oh wow, you know, what a misconception to give women. Right? Because in the club, if these are the girls you're going for, obviously more girls are gonna dress like that because they think that's what guys want. But when I heard them say that, I was just like, wow, you men have just been fooling us for years.
I know.
But I appreciate the honesty that came from the guy.
Yes.
Whoever that man was, I appreciate the honesty, because I actually don't think a lot of men confess up and say that. Like, yeah, I'm going to deal with that situationship and the girl with the cutout for now. But someone that I want to marry, be the mother of my kids and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's probably not what I want them to look like and or act like. And I thought that was very, like, interesting. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, live your best life. Do what you want to do as a woman. But I think also keep in the back of your mind that, like, the way I think now is behavior-wise, being in the world that we live in where everything is on camera these days. Like, what do I want my great-great-grandkids to remember me for?
Wow.
And I think as women, that's probably how we should start thinking, because the truth of the matter is these men are actually thinking that way.
They are.
They're like,
they'll fool around with you, but they're thinking down the line about their kids, their future kids, who they want their children to emulate. Like, it's a deep list.
And so that was just like what I took from the episode, but then also like what I just wanted to share because of what I heard. And that was just like maybe Saturday when I heard that, and I was just like, oh wow, like, and on the live, I want to say there was like 150 people on the live. Wow. So like, it's not like something people are, like, men are hiding, but I think it's also hard for women to hear. Like, that's a hard pill to swallow as well.
It is, especially because I could imagine watching it and like falling into that category of women that they're talking about that they don't want. Like, I'm sure, but those kind of things should be like a wake-up call to like women to see, women that are on the market to see like what guys are looking for. Like, just as I would like want to know what my employer is looking for.
Like a job description.
Yeah, it's in the job description. Like, there's a certain description that comes with being wifey material, and like we're not saying that we're there. For all we know, we're like we don't even make the list. Our husbands just happen to
like, hey, you're here, I'm gonna take you.
I know, I'm gonna take you just as you are. And they just took us. But like, there is a requirement, there is a criteria. But like, until you're in that situation, we're encouraging you to build yourself to be a smart, be somebody that you would want your kids to be like when you kind of grow up.
Yeah. What's that thing? Be the model, be what you wish to see in life, something like that.
Michael Jackson?
The treasure of the future?
Oh.
That's not what I'm talking about. But it's just like, be who you wish for your children to admire.
Yeah.
I just made that up, but that's like what we're trying to say. And honestly, men, I know you guys listen to us too. Like, we will really appreciate like if you shared with women like what you really want, because I think it's just a stark difference like between there. Like, I want the quote unquote proper girl, and I want the cutout. Like, what is happening in between?
And there is. And it's like, it almost feels like guys want the cutout girl, and then like they hit an age, and then it switches, and then now they want the complete opposite.
I think that age
girl.
is 30.
Really?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think so. I think most men have a wake-up call in life when they hit 30.
I think so too. I don't know. Jeff's not 30 yet, so.
Yeah. Well, Jeff is just an old soul walking.
He really
so,
is.
so that's just an exception. But I know, like, the husband told me, like, when he hit 30, like, his perspective on a lot of things changed. And I've also heard, like, pastors preach about, like, men and the age of 30. So I think so. But
now I'm patiently waiting 30, see what happens. Maybe he wants to cut out girl. Oh God, I could be both, so it don't even matter.
There you go. See, I'm just the girl here. Slash in the middle. It's like I've never been the cutout girl.
Really?
And it's not because like I don't try, so that's one. But I just
You
felt
can
like
be anything you want to be.
yeah, I just never tried to be the cutout girl because I just thought I was too nerdy. And my husband knows that about me. Like, he loves to see me read a book, and I love to read a book. It just works out. But anyway, that's just like a tidbit of what I wanted to share. But to go back, what took me by surprise was when he said the relationship was a joke, because I was just like, wow, give my all. Probably should have been doing a lot of great things for myself, but I wasn't in the moment. And I always say it is only by God's grace that we got married, because there are a lot of people who date for long periods of time and it does not lead to marriage. Yeah. So I always say, like, Stacey and I's journey and story is just very different.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's only by God's grace.
Yeah,
it's only by God's grace.
Imagine dating for somebody for like 10, 12 years and just be like, okay, it was nice knowing you.
I've heard stuff like that.
Dude.
And then they go like marry the girl that they dated for like 3 months. Not judging anyone, but these things do happen.
Yeah, and like imagine how as a woman you would feel like you wasted your time because that was 12 years you didn't work on yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're like really trying to get at here, is just like, yes, be nice, date if you like date if you like, do what you want to do, but I really think that 100% commitment should be for yourself, not a man.
I agree.
I think 100% commitment goes hand in hand with marriage and not dating.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't be a wife for a boyfriend. It ain't cute.
Amen.
That's it today.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
So
I don't know where this came from.
I don't know, but you've been cutting it up. Like, okay. So that really concludes today's episode. Like we talked about, we just spoke about moments that took us by surprise.
Yep.
When we saw the episodes with our husbands, what we learned. Mine was basically our breakup, just being like a break-in point, but also the start point for the relationship that we have. And Gifty spoke about, her husband thinking the relationship was, a joke before they got married, but even that shedding some light on her giving herself 100% instead of,
shoved into the boyfriend.
Yes.
At the time.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much sums up today's episode, and we thank you again as always for watching. We appreciate your time. One of the things that we want you to do for us is if you can hit the subscribe button, but also hit the little bell notification on the bottom. That way you can be alerted when we have a new video. And follow us on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and we are available on all platforms, and YouTube also. So we thank you for your time, and thanks for tuning in to Sis Get a Grip.